Hello and welcome back to my channel, Sammy's Witchcrafts. So, what crafts are we going to be making today? Have you ever been in a situation where you've wrapped all your Christmas presents but you've run out of bows? Well, I've got a little solution for that. I'm going to show you how to make this lovely bow. And it's so easy. It's not much to it. All you need is some paper. So I've got a sheet of A4 paper, a prick stick, ruler, a pencil and a pair of scissors. And that's all we need. But it's just so pretty. You can make loads of these. Make them in any colours you want. What size you want them. Have you can use Christmas paper. You can use A4 paper. You can use any paper. Any paper that you think, I like my presents to match my bow, or in a sort of same colour theme sort of thing. And rather than little silver ones you get, this one's a little bit more fancy. And like I say, it's so easy to make. So I'm going to set everything up and I'm going to show you how to make it. We've got our A4 piece of paper, and all we do first is you get your ruler. Now you get different thickness of rulers, so this is quite a wide one, but it doesn't matter what ruler you've got. Try and be the sort of like slightly wider than your longer than your paper. And then all we're going to do is we're going to draw lines on the paper, so just the width of the ruler, trying to get it as close as you can to the line before. You don't want to like a gap like that, you want to sort of try and get it near enough, but then you've got to allow your scissors to sort of cut in between, so I don't quite get it right up to the line. And we need, for this little bow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strips. So I'm now going to cut these strips. I mean, if you've got one of those special cutting devices like a guillotine, you can always measure out to the thickness that you want and use that. I'm just going to use scissors today, so I'm going to do a little bit of a time lapse here. So now I've got my 5 strips of paper. And lay them all out. What we're going to do is just slide those to one side and get your first strip. So we get our glue and we glue one end, roughly about 1/2 centimetre. And then we just join that other end to the other piece of paper and glue it down, so then we've got a little ring. Another strip of paper, and we get our ruler, and from one end, doesn't matter which end, going to measure out 1 inch. Draw a little line. And then we're going to cut that piece off. And we're going to do the same. We're going to just glue one end. And again, about the same sort of measurement. Lining it up. Nice thing about prick stickers is it dries and sticks very quickly. So now I've got my 2 rings, so I'm going to put that one inside that one. Get another strip of paper, and this time I'm going to measure out 2 inches. Draw a little line. And then cut that piece off as well. And again, we're going to apply a bit of glue to the end. About the same measurement, which is about just 1/2 centimetre. Line it up and stick it down. So now I've got 3 rings. And our last strip that we need for this ribbon, lay your strip down, measure out 3 inches. Draw a line and cut. But we need to keep this last piece. We need to keep the 3 inches that we've just cut. So I'll just put that up to one side, and we're going to glue again. About the same amount. Lining it up if I've cut it straight. So now I have 4 rings. Now with this last piece that we've just cut off, we're going to roll that as well. So we apply a bit of glue to the edge. And we roll it up. Roughly the sort of same as the other ones. And we've got a tiny, tiny one. So the next thing we do is we take our biggest ring, get our glue, and where you've made the join, just here, we're going to apply a piece of glue along that join there. And then roughly try and work out where the centre is, so that the bow on each side is even, lining it up in the middle as you go along. It may sort of stick out a little bit in places where it's not been cut straight, but that's not going to matter. So that's the first one. Get our next ring and do the same. Find the join, apply a bit of glue, and then line it up in the middle. This is so easy and so much fun to do. And then we get our next ring and we do the same. So this is what we do on all the 4 big rings. And then we line it up, press down, put it to one side, just dry, and then we'll get our last biggish ring, apply along the middle of the join again, and then find the middle, squeeze in, and once you're happy with it, push down. Try not to get glue on the bits that are rounded like that. Oh, so now we've got our 4 pieces of our ribbon. Next we get the biggest one and the one that's slightly smaller. We put a bit of glue in the middle of that part of the bow. With the join, place it on top of where you've just glued, lining it up. And then we get the next size down and do the same. You can either put the glue on there or you can put the glue straight on the bottom of the bit that you're going to be sticking on. Place that in the middle, line it all up and squeeze. And then for the final one, again, apply a bit of glue on the back of the joint and then stick into the middle, lining it up. Sometimes when I make these I get a little bit of a twist in them, but I can sort of try and just adjust it. So that's that part of that bow made. Now the little bit that we rolled here, we apply a little bit of glue along the join at the back, and then we just place that in the middle. How quick was that to make? I just think it looks so good. So now we've got our last strip. Got a bit of glue on there. So what we do with this piece is we fold it in half. We're not going to crease the end because we need to refold that in a minute. We're just bending it over to make the two at the end, because now what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting out a triangle. So we just If you want to draw this on, you can, but I just cut triangle out. So can I pull? No, I need to just give it a little bit more of a snip either side. And there we go. So where it's in the middle, I slightly pull it apart, sort of still being even along the bottom, and then I put my crease in the top. Then I open it up, put a little bit of glue on there. And we have our last piece of our bow. And when you do this, I've done it, my lines a little bit darker just so you could see what I was doing. But if you do them really light, hopefully they won't show, but if they do show, you just get an eraser and just rub those out. So now with this piece, we're now going to attach it underneath here. So put a fair amount of glue on the back here. If you give it time to sort of dry, then hopefully it won't fall apart. Then we just, well, we can, no, I was trying to do it like that, to be honest. Then we can just line it up. I just need to make sure that that's in line with the back. Is that in the middle? Bent it down, yeah, that's right. And then you just press down. And that's it. That's how you make these lovely bows. And they look really good. They look really, really good. Now, to attach them onto a gift, you can either use double-sided sticky tape, or if you haven't got any double-sided sticky tape, there's a little trick you can use with sellotape, and I'll just show you how you do that. So for this we need some sellotape, and all you do is you pick some sellotape off to whatever length you want it to be, and then where you've got the smooth side, roll it in on itself and then sort of stick the sellotape back on itself. Now it can be a little bit tricky, and then you just roll it, and then you can then stick it on the back, and it then works like a, stick it on your side here, and it sticks. So I've had to do that so many times. I've run out of double-sided sellotape, and that's what I run to when I know, I think, oh, I haven't got any double-sided left. I know what I'll do. I'll roll back some sellotape and I'll stick it on like that. So that's how you make one of these lovely little bows. They're really cute. Looks quite nice on my sellotape dispenser. So how did you enjoy making that or watching my video? Let me know in the comments below if you go and give it a go. But I really do like them. I've made these for years because I didn't like the little ones that you buy from the shop. I mean, you can get some fantastic bows these days, but I mean, I'm talking over 20 years ago I was making these, maybe longer. One day I was sitting there and I was like, oh no, I've got none of these little bows. I know what, I'll make something. So I sat there, and this is before YouTube, so I didn't even sit and watch on YouTube. I just sat there and I just sat mucking about, and I come up with, I thought, oh, what about if I do that? What about if I do that? That'll work. And this is the result. So like I say, I've been making these for years, and they're so easy to make. And if you wanted, you can make them all different colours as well. You haven't got to stick with all the same colour. So you can do different colours. You can do so much with making these, and you can make them as big as you want. You can make them as small as you want. Yeah. Hope you enjoy making those. I know what I'm doing on my next video, so which is going to be another Christmas decoration, but slightly bigger, which is also with paper, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to make, and yet again you can put glitter on it and this, that and the other, but you'll have to come back and watch that video. So yeah, if you haven't already, why not? If you haven't already, please press that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up and a like and a share. Tell your friends, tell them to come over and come and learn how to make a bow. So anyway, I hope you're all getting into the festive season. I hope you're all getting sort of like not too stressed about it all. Do some of these crafts that'll de-stress you. They're nice to make, and also these are quite nice to make with children as well. So, or you can even make them to hang them on the tree. That's an idea. Anyway, Sammy, which crafts are we going to do next? You'll have to come back and see what I make. Will you all take care? Have a wonderful day, evening, whatever. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.